We are overcrowded. We have too much traffic, okay? We have to book reservations everywhere we go. Hey guys, welcome back to your girl's channel. My name is Tylee, and today I'm going to be sharing some tips, some pros, some cons, the cost of living in Atlanta, the tea that nobody wants to tell y'all about this city, because it needs to be told, baby, okay? So I'm going to give you guys tips if you are thinking about coming to Atlanta to visit, to move here. These are some tips that I wish somebody would have told me when I moved here. Grab your snacks, grab your wine. Your girl got her wine. Make sure you guys subscribe so you guys are tuned in to the Atlanta series here on my channel, and let's get into the video. When it comes to the pros of living in Atlanta, I would definitely say that one of the pros are meeting very diverse people and very friendly people in Atlanta. Like, people are so friendly. It definitely gives Southern hospitality here in the South. And it's not just Black people. Like, y'all, it's all types of nationalities here. There's white, there's Black, there's Mexican, there's Latina. Y'all, there's so many different cultures in Atlanta, because here's the thing. When people are in Atlanta, majority of the time, people are not from Atlanta. They just moved from another city. It's like a big melting pot. And of course, this city is known for hot Atlanta, like Black Hollywood. So you really do meet people from all around. Two, I would say there's a lot of millennials here in Atlanta. 25% of the population here in Atlanta is made of millennials. That's a lot. It's really fun. Like, if you are young, it's so much fun to meet, like, you know, people in your age range. Although I feel like, me personally, I feel like I always hang out with people that are older than me because I'm more mature. Sometimes I don't necessarily feel that I fit in with my generation, like partying, going to the clubs. That's personally not my type of vibe, but it's very diverse. So even if the club every week is not for you, there's things that are like more chill, more festive. If you adventure stuff, there's so many things to do. It's not just the clubs, even though most of the people here, when they're like touring the city, they want to go to the clubs, the lounges, brunch, that type of thing. So there's things to do here for everyone. All right, so the third one I would say is there's so many opportunities and things to do here in Atlanta, you guys. Like, you will never ever get bored, okay? They got free things to do. If you want to run up a check, they got brunch, they got food. Like, you will literally spend a bag on money just because there's so many things to do. And people down in the South, or just anywhere, it's not even a South thing, but people love food. I know I do. And you know, y'all, I've actually been like on a weight gain journey, and your girl has put on a couple pounds, and I'm very happy about that. So thanks to the Southern food, it comes in handy. But there's so many job opportunities here in Atlanta. There's a lot of headquarters. If you're like in banking, if you are into technology companies, real estate, what else? Construction, there's different hospitals. If you're in the healthcare field, like, there's so many things. It's not just one area of expertise in this city. It's very, very diverse. And there's also different colleges. So I'm pretty sure you guys know of Spelman, Morehouse, Clark Atlanta. They have Georgia State. So even if you want to go to a HBCU, but you want to see how it is, like the feel of a PWI, all those different types of colleges are here in one city, which I think is amazing. Because if I could say from my personal experience, I probably would have wanted to get off of campus and see how another college campus is, just to feel the vibe out. It really gives you that diversity for sure. As far as things to do, you guys, there are so many things to do when it comes to the city. There's concerts, there's clubs, there's festivals, there's brunch. Y'all, all you really have to do when it comes to Atlanta is either go on TikTok, like that is my #1 source, it's TikTok, or Eventbrite. Those two things are like top when it comes to things to do in Atlanta. So you will never run out. Those two platforms, Thank me later, y'all. But yeah, don't forget about the popular places like Palm City Market. You have Atlantic Station, the Beltline, the Braves game, the Atlanta Falcons. They have concerts, festivals, things to do for like the holiday season. They have the Track Museum, Top Golf. Okay, so the fourth one would be the food. The food, the food, the food, the food, the food, the food, the food. The food is fire here in Atlanta, okay? If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, make sure you go follow me. My handle is right here. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But the food is fire, you guys, okay? I can't help but to at least go out at least once a week, because especially like, you know, when you're in adult world and you work hard for what you have, I just feel like it's right to just go out to eat and enjoy yourself, you know? I know some good spots have been like Old Lady Gang, Milk and Honey off of Cascade Road, Breakfast with Barney's, Toast on Lennox, that's a very popular place. Okay, so I would definitely say for the fifth pro, the weather. The weather is so good here in Atlanta, you guys. There's some times where the weather, it could just be super rainy in the summertime. Like, we do get our like rainy seasons here, but as far as like the summer, the spring, the fall, that is like the best times to be in Atlanta because the weather is just so good. And we love warm weather. Like, I personally don't like cold weather because, I mean, who wants to be freezing? Although in the summertime, it could get really hot to the point where you don't want to do anything because it's so freaking hot and humid outside. But for the most part, the weather here is really good. I think maybe even one time where it has like tried to snow a little bit. I know in the South, unlike the North, the city shuts down. Like, the city shuts down, baby, when it starts to snow. So that is something to keep in mind. If there's a snow warning, people are going to go to the grocery stores. They're not going to know how to act. They take it very seriously. And the traffic on the highways could get really backed up because, you know, people are going to the grocery store. They're trying to prepare. And I feel like it never ends up being like a drastic storm. So I'm going to do my eyebrows really quick off camera and then I'm going to come right back. The next thing that I would say, the pro in Atlanta, would be the job market. And I say this because there are so many job opportunities here in Atlanta, y'all. This is the city of hustle, okay? Hustle, getting your money up, getting your career, getting your finances right. This is the city to really take your opportunities and to run with it, okay? There's different types of Fortune 500 companies here. There's sports jobs here. This is the opportunity and city of sports, okay? You have the Atlanta Braves, the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Falcons. You also have the technology companies, baby. They got Google, they got IBM, they got Microsoft, and they got Apple. A lot of the companies here, their headquarters is based in Atlanta. Even for content creators, like if you're trying to get into the social media space, content creators, they always have social media events. They have like influencer events. Y'all, they be having like free stuff to do like on Eventbrite. You really just have to do your due diligence and plan accordingly. That is like my biggest tip to anybody that wants to get into the content creation space. You have to plan ahead. And then if you're just trying to be a full-time entrepreneur, they have a lot of side hustles here in the city as well. This is a city of entrepreneurship. Like, Atlanta is really known for entrepreneurship. So if you are wanting to be an artist or wanting to be a content creator, or you're just starting your business from the ground up, there are endless opportunities. You have Uber, you have DoorDash, you have like food grocery apps, all those different side hustle apps. They have that here. If you want like more of a schedule and you like fast money, they have clubs, they have restaurants. Like if you want to be like a bottle girl, like that's really fast money to get your money up if you was doing something throughout the week trying to get your business, or you have a plan going forward from there. Like, always have a plan, because at the end of the day, like, who really wants to, if we're just being honest, and this is no shade to anybody that works in a club, but like, who really wants to work in a club for the rest of your life? Like, no, you have to make sure that you really have a plan to do what you want to do there. Shout out to the girls that are getting their money up and doing what they have to do to make their dreams a reality, because it takes a lot of dedication and work ethic. So shout out to the females out there that's doing what they have to do. Then for my healthcare girls out there, if you guys don't know, I am in the healthcare field. So there are so many different hospitals here in Atlanta. If you want to get into healthcare, they have Emory, they have Piedmont, they have Wellstar, and they have Northside Hospital. So there are so many different hospitals. Even if you don't work in a hospital, there are offices, of course, that are not hospitals. So you have that as well. Let's get on with the cons of ATL. So the first con that I would say in ATL is definitely the summer heat and humidity. Although mostly it is nice, but y'all, sometimes the humidity is just too freaking hot. Like, you don't even have to be doing anything to sweat. Like, all you have to do is go outside and you're just sweating so much, and it can be a lot, you know. It can make you not want to do anything in the summertime because it's just so freaking hot outside. Usually around June through August is hot, so if you don't like humidity, don't come around that time. The second thing I would say is the traffic, y'all. This traffic is nothing to play with. Like, I know Atlanta is not as bad as LA's traffic, but I feel like we getting up there because I feel like no one works here, even though like this is the city of hustle. But I don't know, like, it'd be so much traffic that you'd be like, dang, when do people go to work? When do y'all go to work? Because it's always traffic. Honestly, the best advice I could give to anybody like moving here in Atlanta would just be like, you just get used to it. Like, I know that sounds like, damn, that sucks, but like, you do. Atlanta very much teaches you how to be on time because you have to incorporate traffic. Even when you do put a GPS in, it may say no traffic, but then you'll GPS it at the time you're leaving and then it'll say traffic. So you can't really rely on that either. So anywhere that you're going, add 30 minutes onto it. That's what I do. So rule of thumb, add 30 minutes and you'll probably get there on time. But I would say usually the worst traffic is of course after 5 and around 8, which is like rush hour times, because of course people are going to work, but it really depends on the day and if people get into accidents or not. So the third con would be these bugs, you guys. These bugs out in Georgia, these roaches, water bugs, whatever you want to call it, they are big. There's sometimes where I'm like, why is there a bug that big? I don't understand. And it really, at first, like when I used to live at my last apartment, I'm like, oh my gosh, this apartment complex, like what the heck? These bugs are like so big. And it really wasn't the apartment complex. Like, this is really a Georgia thing. Like, you could go to any apartment complex and they gonna have big water bugs. So I have learned that that is a Georgia thing. So if you move here, that's normal, okay? Okay, so the fourth one would be lack of transportation. You would think with so many people and the population just getting bigger and bigger and bigger that there would be more transportation options, but there isn't. Of course, they have Lyft, they have Uber, they have their regular bus transportations throughout like different parts of the city. They have the MARTA that goes, you know, throughout the city as well, which is the train here. But when you are comparing it to like New York City with taxis and, you know, all different sorts of types of trains that go through every town throughout the city, it's not like that. And I'm just like kind of shocked because Atlanta is becoming very, very popular and they need to have more transportation. I mean, who wants to be taking Ubers everywhere? Like, that stuff adds up real fast. So I would definitely say that that's a con and they should be providing more transportation. Number 5, y'all, it's overcrowded here in Atlanta. We are overcrowded. We have too much traffic, okay? We have to book reservations everywhere we go. That is like a must have to do thing. Like, when you go out to a restaurant that's like well known, you have to book reservations. When somebody says they're for a concert, you have to book right then and there because tickets seats are sold really fast here in Atlanta just because it's overpopulated. So you have to be on your P's and Q's all the time. Don't wait till the last minute to get any tickets. If you're trying to go out, like, get them as soon as you hear that, you know, it's something that you want to do, because people book like it's no tomorrow, y'all. People here do not believe in turn signals. They don't believe in it, okay? And they rather see you die than let them in front of you, okay? People don't play when it comes to driving. Like, if you try to cut somebody off, just take caution, because people out here are very much different when it comes to warning you if they're going to turn or not. Another thing is airports. When you go to the Atlanta airport, make sure you go hours ahead, you guys, like 4 or 5 hours before your scheduled flight, because Atlanta airport is nothing to play with, okay? Nothing to play with. There have been times where the line is so backed up and I've been like 2-3 hours early, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I'm gonna make it because the line was so backed up. If I can find the clip, I will insert the line here. Y'all, the line was freaking long. I couldn't believe it. And at that time, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have plenty of time to like eat before I catch my flight. And now I'm thinking like, I barely may make the flight. Like, the line is too long. So you definitely want to leave on time. Also, when it comes to events like concerts, festivals, anywhere that you know a lot of people is going to be, you definitely want to get there early, because parking here fills up fast. For example, if you go to the Battery and there's different parking lots, a lot of the times the parking lots will get filled up pretty fast, and then they'll just have a sign saying lot is full. So when you go to certain areas, again, leave on time, because parking lots be limited out here, y'all. The last and final one would be the cost of living. The cost of living in Atlanta, y'all, the price is going up. And I don't even think this is an Atlanta thing. I think this is a US thing, because inflation is very much real. Groceries is going up. What else? Gas for a minute was going up, and rent is now going up. So of course, if you are out of like on the outskirts of the city, it's going to be like a little bit cheaper, but for the most part, a lot of people's rent has been going up. And I think it's mostly because a lot of people are moving to the city, so the cost to live here is going to go up. They're building new places, new restaurants, new malls, new things to do. So because there's more entertainment and things to do in the city, the price is only going to go up. A lot of the jobs don't want to pay, but the rent is going up, and it doesn't make sense. So I don't know. It's really important to really have multiple streams of income in this day and age, because we just can't rely on one. Like, one is too close to none. So make sure you guys have multiple streams of income at all times. Make sure you're constantly learning, investing into yourself. It's just something that we have to learn as a people, and I think it's very important for us to adjust, because yeah, gas prices may go down a little bit, but when you look overall for the next 10, 15, 20 years, prices are going to continuously increase. But it's just the world we live in, and we just have to adapt and find new ways to make or more ways to make money. But yeah, y'all, that is the 6 pros and 6 cons of Atlanta. I hope you guys found this video very helpful. If you guys have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section below. But y'all, I think I did very good on my look. Okay, your girl's ready. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. If you aren't subscribed, what are you doing, girl? Cheers, because it's the weekend. And I look cute, period. I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.